everybody, Colleen and Joy here, and I'm going to do two different vlogs. One just about the whole hair loss question, and the other one about just overall the supplements that I take, because I've been asked that question. And yes, I am doing this on the same day as my skin recipe since I am wearing the same shirt. All right, so here is my story as far as the hair loss. Before HCG, I did a extensively long fast, and that fast was actually in the Master Cleanse with the lemon juice, maple syrup, cayenne pepper, and water, which is why the lemon juice and cayenne pepper Cali Kickers seemed like such a great idea to me. Okay, so I had hair loss then. Then I found out, and I was taking hair vitamins like crazy during that time. Oh, I shouldn't have got her excited. And I really still was not seeing a change. My hairdresser was really freaking out. I was freaking out. There was way too much hair being left in my brush every single time I brushed my hair. So it was really creepy. So then I found out about HCG. And I did read something about, like, possibly there might be hair loss, blah, blah. And I guess, it was one of those things where I was already experiencing it anyway. So I just thought, and also too, reading up that, the whole thing was that it puts a hormone, well, not hormone, but it puts the ingredient the same as like what's in, used for pregnant women to not be starving their babies. So I thought, if anything, it's probably going to help me. So, but I did also think at the same time, well, but at the same time, it could do like it did when I was pregnant, and then after I was done being pregnant. My hair grew great during my pregnancies, grew really fast, really thick, really strong, healthy. But then after I had my kids, I went through a hair loss period, and not scary, but just, you could just tell that, my body was going back to normal as far as my hormones and system, and so it wasn't growing the way it had when I was pregnant. So I was kind of thinking, okay, once I hit the P3 stage and whatnot, that might be a possibility that's going to happen to me. So based on that, so I started HCG, and almost immediately after I started HCG, actually the scary hair loss stopped. And but I wouldn't say that hair started like growing really rapidly or fast, or it just, the blessing there was just that the hair loss I had prior to it stopped, which I was very glad about. Now, like I said, I'd always taken hair vitamins prior to HCG, and I continued taking hair vitamins during HCG, along with additional biotin, okay? So, excuse Joy sounding like a little piglet, but it's because of her heart condition. Okay, so, and a lot of people have been asking me, which hair vitamins do I take? Now, I've taken quite a few. And the one that I took quite a bit when my hair was losing prior to HCG, even though it was kind of spendy, I kept with it because it said it was going to take a certain amount of time for it to really kick in. And I really never did notice it really kick in. So actually I moved on to different types. Now, the one that I have found, because I took it, and I took it uncomfortably in that it stunk to high heaven. So, but being the cheapo that I wasn't about to just disregard it because it stunk. I went ahead and I took it all the way up until I was done with it, and then I went ahead and I bought some other hair, nails, and skin vitamins from Costco. Well, I went ahead and I went back to the stinky vitamin, because once I switched away from it, I noticed that my hair growth did not stay as much of a good rate as it did on the stinky vitamin. So I bit the bullet, and I went ahead and I purchased the stinky vitamin again. I'm sure at this point you're kind of saying, well, let me show me the stinky vitamin. Now, I have to also tell you that the second one I bought wasn't near as stinky. So I don't know why the first batch was as over the top stinky as, than the second batch. But since I purchased it again, here's the vitamin. Because I've had a lot of people, when they've asked me and I've told them, and then they basically said they'll endure the stinkiness, they don't care, they just want a good hair vitamin. So this is the one that I got, and I don't know if you can tell, yeah, so it says hair, skin, and nail formula, but in the smaller print that's hard for you to see in the screen, it says featuring biotin, organic silicone, or silicon, and MSM. And now I know when I worked at a hair shop years ago, and it was actually a hair shop that specialized in long hair, when the owner of the shop would be asked, that was one of the ingredients along with biotin that he would always write down. He would always write down just individually these ingredients, and the silicone, it's SILCON, and of course the biotin were always two things in his little remedy of being able to get your hair to grow faster that he would write down for people if they asked him. So once again, this is this thingy, and I'm going to also try to list all this on my blog website so that it's easier for you just to go straight to that and then click through to where you can get the product, just so it makes it easier on you guys. But if you want to go out and research and find it for yourself, it's fine. And biotin, and it doesn't necessarily have to be Swanson brand. I kind of vacillate through a few different companies that offer it. And so Swanson is usually always very reasonably priced. And so there's the biotin. I just take one tab of that, and then I take 2 of Dinkoid here. And that's what I take, okay? I'm going to do another vlog, like I said, about all the stuff that I take, because I've been asked, and even though it's as embarrassing as it is, because I'm a supplementaholic, but those are primarily for the hair. Now, another thing, I had someone comment and ask me if I take, let me grow it here so I say it right, BioSil. And at the time, I did not. So, here's a little tidbit about this stuff. So she said that she has really liked the results on it. So I went ahead and I did buy some too. And again, I'll make sure that you have a way of getting to this stuff easier, all in one hub, as I like to say. Now this one, it says BioSil Beauty Bones Joints. And then down below, it talks about thickens, strengthens hair, strengthens nails, promotes strong and flexible bones, and promotes healthy joints. And it says, doesn't sound like a bad idea either, reduces fine lines and wrinkles. So, and at the top of it, it says that it advanced collagen generator. And then on the sides, and it's got this whole like clinically proven whole case study and all that stuff. So, along with all that I take, I went ahead and I, dove in to buy this. Now, one thing I have noticed with adding this to my entire mix of things is that I have one of those scales, and I recommend the type of scale. Mine is the Weight Watcher scale, but I recommend the type of scale that you get not just your numbers for weight loss, but you also get your other percentages like body fat, water content, bone mass. And I admit, this whole time, my bone mass is always, because it gives you either, red, green, red, yellow, or green. And I was in the yellow with the bone. And I admit, being, getting older, I should be concerned about making sure my bones stay more dense and strong. But at the same time, I did have scale phobia as far as not wanting increase in bone to show a number higher on the scale. Silly me, I know. I'm just being upfront with you. I'm just being honest. As far as taking actual supplements for bone, I've taken them kind of on and off, but then, I don't know, I just let them go to the wayside, even though I know I shouldn't, but I do. So, anyway, but with adding this BioSil, this last week, I was noticing when I was weighing on the scale that my bone thing was in the green. And I was like thinking, that's really weird, because food-wise, I'm not changing what I'm doing to warrant that. And then it dawned on me, I think it must be the BioSil that is doing that. And another plus to it, though, is that it's not, I haven't had any kind of increase in the scale as far as my other percentages, anywhere from the number on the scale on over, it's just been the improvement in the bone. So I like that very much. So, okay, so that's pretty much it as far as the hair. The only other thing I could add is that once I got off of HCG, what I thought may happen as far as having some hair loss because of going off of it would happen. That has not happened to me either. I'm sure, you know, making sure I do stay consistent with the hair supplements have helped that. And I just eat really healthy now too. I mean, it's just funny. I mean, people always ask me what I eat and how I maintain, but really my thought process has changed so much in what I crave and what I like. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not Wonder Woman. I'm not there not wanting to have, you know, some ice cream sometimes or some chocolate or Mexican food. You know, I've done a vlog saying, someone asked me what my favorite, you know, food was, and I love Mexican food. But it's just, you know, it's a thing where it's within reason. And the other days, there's a lot of foods that are very healthy for you and not high in calories that I actually crave to have, like roasted vegetables, shrimp, chicken, you know, just really good stuff, and tasty too. The way I make it, at least, it's tasty. So, all right, guys. So enough of that. That's that. And my next one is going to be about all the supplements. Dun, dun, dun. All right. Thanks, guys, and love you all. And I appreciate all the prayers for Joy. We just keep giving her the medicine and keep praying, and she keeps wanting to live, and we want her to. So we love her. Okay. Thanks, guys. Bye.